Hello there. I'm Casey Ellisor, the Technology and Learning Coach at Longleaf Middle in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm very excited to have been asked to talk to you today at the NAEOP National Conference about using Google Tools. This is some basic information that will get you started. If you're farther along than we get today, I've included some links throughout the presentation and the link to the presentation at the end so that you can move further in exploring Google Suite. Let's start off by understanding the difference between Google Suite and Microsoft Office, or comparing how they're similar. Google Suite contains all the Google tools, like Microsoft Office contains apps like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. In Google Tools, you can save things very quickly, save them automatically, and they're accessible through cloud storage anywhere you log into your Google account. That makes it easy to get these files from different devices. If you're familiar with Microsoft Office, here's how some of the apps in Microsoft Office compare with Google Tools. Word is similar to Docs. Excel is similar to Sheets. PowerPoint similar to Slides. And Google's answer to file storage is Google Drive. Let's look at some of these. We'll also talk about some other apps that aren't available in Microsoft Office that you could use in Google Tools. The basics of Google Drive. Google Drive allows you to store files and media up to a certain amount, depending on your storage level, usually about 15 gigabytes of media. My Drive is the folder that holds the files and folders that you create or upload. You can access them from any device that has your Google account logged in, and you can upload them automatically or sync them from device to device. You can also upload Microsoft Office files or PDFs and share them so other people can edit, view, and comment on them if you like. So let's look at my Drive. My Drive is set up easily. Here are all of the Google apps and the Google tools that you have available if you don't want to use the waffle. You can create a folder, a file, okay, or any one of the types of documents that you have available. My Drive priority is something that you've made important. Shared drives, shared with me, recent, starred, trash, all of these are different folders and different places that things can be stored. Here's the quick view, things you've worked on quickly. Then your list starts with the folders and files. If you look at the folders, you can see a little person inside some of them. That means that those folders are shared with someone else. Take a minute to go into your Google Drive and play around. Click on things. Don't be afraid. See what happens as you get there. Okay, now that you've taken some time to explore Google Drive, let's look at Google Docs. You can use Docs to share, collaborate, edit with others at the same time. You can create images, insert images that have already been created. You can add tables, graphics, lots of things. Here's a cheat sheet that shows you some of the things that you can do in Google Docs. Let's move over and look at it. I'm just using one of the templates so that I didn't mess up anything that I've been working on. If I want to collaborate with somebody and say, oh, I don't like this sentence, then I simply just highlight it, click the plus, and I can make a comment. I can suggest something. I can suggest it to somebody by typing the @ symbol. Then I have people in my address book. Or I can just put it out there without using the @ symbol for everyone else. Like should, oops, gotta spell it right. Should be, and whatever I want it to be. Then I can comment. It will be there when the next person logs in. Or I could have somebody logging in with me and we could be going through this together. Either way works, whatever you need to do. But you can see the tools up here are very similar to Microsoft Office. You've got your file menu, your edit, your view, insert, lots of different things. But there's a cool thing called Google Drawing. So I'm going to go back to Google Drive. I'm going to create a new Google Drawing. Here's where I can make pictures or images, put things together, freeze things together that I want to freeze together. So I could put a picture and some words that I wanted to be all in one image. Lots of different things that you can do here. This is very similar to Paint if you are familiar with Microsoft Office. So once you get in and get involved, try out drawing. It might be it might have a lot of things that you like and be simple for you to use. I know as a classroom teacher, I use drawing a lot. Once you go through and somebody says, oh yeah, I could fix that, I like it, then you simply just resolve. It goes away, changes your document, and then you keep moving. I'm going to pause right here for you to play around with some of the tools that you see in Google Docs. Come on back when you're ready to keep moving. All right. I hope you found some good things that you could use in Google Docs as you were testing it out. We're going to move on now to Google Slides. That's how I built this presentation. So you have seen me operate and move through. I left it out of presentation mode so that you could see me and that I could control the screencaster. But if you were using this in a group of people, you would click present and it would be full screen and hide all the tools. I'm going to go over to the field trip template in Google Slides. Let's look at some of the things that you can do. You can also comment. So let's say this word is spelled incorrectly. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go to the comment and make a comment. I can say, you need to spell this correctly. I can say, this is a great word, whatever I want to do. Once I click comment, it works the same way as it does in Google Docs. So you don't have to learn a new way to do it once you get into Google Sheets. Making comments on presentations is a great way to help people get ready for things that they're going to share with other people. Just like in Google Docs, here are your menus. Lots of different things that you can do. So I'm going to leave you for just a second. Make sure that you pause the video, do what you would like to do in Google Slides, and then come on back. We'll move further in our discussion. All right, as you were looking through Google Slides, it dawned on me, you need to know how to share. So in all of the Google tools, up here next to the picture of where you're logged in is a share button. Click on share, and then you can share with individual people. You can get a link, and it can be anyone with the link, or it can be restricted to only people who you say. So it keeps it more private if you need to. All you would simply do is add the person's name here, anyone you choose, and then you can change their role. Viewer, commenter, or editor. Editor gives them the same rights as an owner has. Commenter allows them to comment on things, but not make edits. Viewer allows them to just simply look, doesn't let them do any edits. We'll erase that and then move on back. All right, Google Sheets. Remember, Google Sheets is like Excel. You can use Google Sheets to create spreadsheets and graphs. But the cool thing about Google Sheets is you can share and edit right there. So if you're working with somebody, or I know if you're like I am, I need to understand how things work when, especially when dealing with sheets. So it's nice to get somebody on there who understands more about it than I do, or I can help them if I am at a level above where they are. So it's a really cool way to share spreadsheets, which I haven't been able to do before. Let's look at sheets. In this example, there is a grade book. I'm going to move myself out of the way so that you can see. This is the actual sheets part, and then you can create your graphs just like you can in Excel based on the information in sheets. If you need to work with somebody, the comment feature works here. Remember, highlight it and then click comment. You can make comments like, should be an A, and then you can resolve that once it's done. What you're doing here is you're making comments to the owner so that they can see your changes that you're suggesting. All right. Once again, you've got all of your menus up here. Looks very similar to Excel. Difference is you can share it and you can comment right on here in real time, just like with all the Google tools. All right, you know what time it is. We're going to stop for just a few minutes and let you play around with Google Sheets. Remember, come on back when you're ready. All right, so those are the things that are like Microsoft Office and Google Suite. But there are some other Google tools that you might find incredibly useful. So we're going to look at a few of those now. We're going to look at Google Meet. Google Meet is where you can hold virtual meetings and training. You can share your screen, you can chat with others, and collaborate. Remember, in all of our talks today, we've always had the Google cheat sheet. That links you to Google support. It's really cool because Google manages the support and keeps it updated. So you can look, search, stay right within Google and know that you're getting information from the Google engineers. Looking at Meet, you can join or start a meeting. You give it a nickname. And then it pops in. Once you're ready, you can join the meeting and give the joining info to other people. You can also add them or just simply give them the nickname if they're inside your organization so that they can join right ahead. You can see in my Meet, I have some other apps. This is Nod. It allows me to give a thumbs up, raise my hand, and this allows me to share the screen and see all the people that are in the view. Then this tells me who's here. This is where I can chat and comment, just like in all the other Google products. If you want to, take some time now to set up a meeting, invite somebody, see how it works. Come on back when you've had a chance to play around. All right, I hope you had fun in Google Meet, and I hope that you saw how that would be simple for you to communicate with other people, sort of in a virtual real-time environment where you can see them and talk to them. We've been using that a lot lately. Last thing we want to talk about today is Google Calendar. Google Calendar has lots of cool features, and it allows you to collaborate with others. It works with the Google tools, and you can create task lists, reminders, calendar events within the other Google tools that go straight to your calendar, or you can create them right in Calendar itself. They can be shared to create appointment slots. I use that with my staff a lot, especially when I need to meet with a lot of them in a short period of time. I create assignment slots and they pick the time that's best for them. You can also choose common times, so you can see when other people are available, and you can pick a time that works for everyone. Let's look at Google Calendar. All right, so you can see that I created a task list. I need to eat, I need to shop, and there's some to-do things. All right, so I can click the check mark and I can see that they go away and get marked off on my calendar. I can also create a list with a date. So let's look at how we're going to do it. I'm going to add a task. I'm going to give it a date. Let's say we're going to do that today. I'm going to give it a title. So I've already got a shopping list. So I'm going to do my honey-do list. Okay. So my honey-do list is going to be sweep, laundry, and whatever else your honey needs you to do. All right. Now, then I go back and I see my honey-do list is there with my shopping list. So I can click and edit, see what I need to do. I can mark the whole list complete from here, or I can go over and mark off the things that I have done, like laundry, like sweep. Okay, then I know I'm complete with that list. Let's say I'm doing my shopping and I get everything that I need and I want to get rid of everything all at once. I would simply just click the shopping and boom, it's gone. Then you see on my calendar, I can mark it complete. That's how you can look at Google Task List. If you want to add events, okay, you simply start typing. After you click create. I hope you found Google Meet useful and easy to use. Now let's look at the last tool that we're going to look at today, Google Calendar. Google Calendar works with the other Google tools. So you could actually put a date in a doc or on a spreadsheet and link it to your calendar very simply and easily. It also creates reminders and calendar events. You can even share and create appointment tasks, which is what I do, appointment slots. I hope you found Google Tools interesting. I hope you found Google Meet interesting and easy to use. We've been using it a lot lately to communicate as a staff. Now let's look at the last tool we're going to talk about today, Google Calendar. Google Calendar works with other Google tools. So in Docs and Drive, you can create dates and they go straight to your calendar, which is really cool. You can also create task lists and reminders in Google Calendar if you need to use those. Calendars can be shared with others and appointment slots can be created. I use that a lot with my staff when I need to meet with all of them in a short amount of time. It allows them to pick a time slot that works best for them. I can also find common available times if I'm trying to set up an invite for a meeting of a small group of people. Let's look at calendar. You can see that I've created a task list for today, shopping. I've got things on my list that I can check off as I go. I can check them off individually, or I can check everything off by checking the title off, shopping. So once I check them off individually, they disappear from my list. Then I can go, look, done with shopping. And it's going to cross out on my calendar list. There it goes. If I want to add a new list, I can create a new list like this. This is my honey-do list. So I'm going to add a task, which is going to be my date, so that I know it's today. And then I'm going to put the things I need to do. Then I'll add my title, so it goes to the calendar. And I've got my things to do today. My honey-do, sweeping, laundry. I can check them all off at the same time. Boom. Then it's going to mark them off on my calendar. If I want to create an event, then I click create, I add my title, and I'm going to pretend like I'm sending this to my staff so I can show you how appointment slots work. You can click on appointment slots, and then you can set a duration. Like, let's say I want 10-minute slots. I want 10-minute slots, and I want them to be between 12:30 and 1:30, or I can increase the time to make it however long I need to get the number of people that I need. And you can see on my calendar how it is stretching out as I stretch out the time. And then I'm going to invite my guests, and then I'm going to click on this calendar's appointment page. Once I click on this calendar's appointment page, you can see the calendar's appointment page, and this is how people would find the slots that you set up. In order to give it to them, you just simply copy the URL and paste it into an email. Then all they have to do is click on it, and they can choose a time on your calendar. You can also, don't want to put that on there. You can also look for a time. So let's say I need to meet with somebody. Let's meet with Paula. Okay. There's Paula's calendar. Okay. You can see she's got it marked off, but I could look and see dates on the calendar, and we could find a time that matches my calendar and hers to meet. Well, that's about all I have for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something that you may use. If you want to continue learning more, support.google.com. You can search anything in the Google Suite there. Here's also a link to this presentation. So you can put it up in the address bar and get straight to this presentation if you want to use the links and click around. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed my time today.